Hello, fire eaters. I'm putting this video out to talk a little bit about people who are attempting to teach fire eating via the internet. YouTube especially, there are several websites too who are out there claiming that they can teach you how to eat fire. And I do, in fact, fall into this category. I am a person on YouTube, on the internet, who is teaching you how to eat fire. And I'm the first to admit that YouTube is not a very reliable source, but I don't really have any other outlets for it. Actually, how I started my YouTube career was I was making videos on YouTube to put onto a website about fire safety and the fire arts. It's homeofpoi.com. And in order to get my video onto Home of Poi, I was going through YouTube as a place to publish my videos and then get them onto the website. So as I started doing this, I started realizing that there were lots of people through the YouTube community who wanted to learn how to eat fire. And also through learning that, I also learned what they had been learning from before I got there. And it's terrifying. I'm sure if you've done any sort of searching on YouTube for how to eat fire, that's probably how you found me. You have come across the Expert Village fire eating tutorials, which horrified me while I was watching them. It's how to get yourself killed 101. It's Expert Village is more like the Village Idiot. It's just don't do it. If you're watching any sort of tutorial online for any sort of sideshow, or even if it's not fire eating, if it's anything else, and you kind of go, this looks a little sketchy, then it probably is. If they don't talk to you about safety and they just tell you, here, grab this flaming torch and put it in your mouth, run the other directions and stop watching this tutorial, because people act like it's so easy and it's just no big thing. Oh, you just put the fire in your mouth. Oh, okay, then why doesn't everybody do that? Because they get hurt. So really kind of take a step back and think about what you're watching. If you have a friend who, you mentioned that you're learning to eat fire or whatever, and they go, oh yeah, like that Expert Village guy or this guy I've seen on YouTube, whatever, make sure that they're watching something that's safe, because a lot of people watch that and go, oh yeah, he's really cool because he lights things on fire. Well, no, you do not want to emulate everybody you see with fire. So really use your judgment when watching these things, because some of them are just downright scary. So really make sure that if it doesn't look safe, then it most likely isn't. If they don't talk about safety, or if they make it seem really easy, then it's probably not the best source. There's another YouTuber out there who put out a video that I agree with quite a bit to a certain extent. He's David Devlin 666. Hello, David. He put out this video of how to learn how to eat fire eating, and he basically talks about do not learn via the internet, and do not find any sort of YouTube video to learn from. And he actually singles out the guy who did Expert Village, and I definitely know where he's coming from, because for a while, the guy who was doing those was the only resource on YouTube, until myself, Carissa Hendricks, and a few others came out to teach fire eating. So I agreed. Be very, very selective of who you learn from. And also he says that David Devlin 666 says in his video that the only way to learn is from somebody who already does it, somebody who knows, a live person that you can go to and physically talk with, and not just watch a video and then learn from there. And I agree wholeheartedly. If you can find someone in your area who does eat fire, then go learn from them. It's the best way, because they're a live person. You can talk with them. You can have full conversations. You can ask questions, things like that. If you have questions, yes, you can email me, and I try to answer all of them. You can message me over YouTube, and I try to give as honest answer as possible. And if I don't know the answer, I usually tell you where you can find it, or I research it myself and tell you. So it's best to find somebody who's a live person to teach you. But if you can't find that, I understand, because I'm the only fire performer in my area for a good 200 miles. So it was kind of really hard for me to learn without the internet. And that's how I learned everything from basic fire dancing, from poi to fire eating, everything like that. I learned from the internet. And that's why I do what I do now. Because when I was learning to eat fire, I learned from Mephisto the Master. He has a website up that is super sketchy. Uh, he basically talks for the first 3 pages of his website about if you try this, you'll die. You should turn around right now. Here are pictures of people who have been maimed, and you will get cancer. And just basically 3 solid pages, 3 or 4, just constant, go away, don't read this, you'll die if you even try this. And then after that, he kind of goes, okay, well, since you're still reading, here's how you do it. And this is how I learned. And it was scary as hell because, I'm just sitting here reading and going, okay, take a clothes hanger, a metal clothes hanger, and wrap cotton around it and then light it on fire and stick it in my mouth. Okay. So I will admit wholeheartedly, my fire eating education was not the best that it could have been. But that's what I do now, is now that I've learned and I survived, thank God, I'm attempting to make it easier and safer for people like me who were willing to go through, quite literally through fire, in order to learn to eat fire. So I'm attempting to put something out there for people who are like me, who don't have anybody around who can teach them these things, and yet they still want to learn a way to do it safely so that they don't have to go to Mephisto or Expert Village, things like that. So I just wanted to say, just be really careful about what you're looking at, what you're watching, and what other people are watching. So use your judgment, stay safe, and if you have safety questions, there are very few reliable sources, but you can go to homeofpoi.com. They have quite a few fire safety articles and things that you can go through and read, from anything from what fuel to what clothes to wear, how to treat burns, how to recognize the different degrees of burns, things like that. So that's a great resource. And if you have any questions, I always try to answer it as best that I can. So feel free to contact me. And if there's anything that anyone is teaching you, or even if I'm teaching you, that you're just not sure about and it just looks sketchy, don't do it. If it's something that you're kind of on the fence about, hold off on it, think about it, do some research, and then decide whether or not you want to try it or not. So definitely use your head while learning things like this, because you can get hurt, you can scar yourself for life, or even die by doing these things. So make sure that you're as safe as possible and that you're learning from the correct sources. I'll see you guys later.